Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Cooking from Home with Chef Mika. Today, I hope everyone has their ingredients ready to go. We're doing frittata. I'm doing two different ways for you. I've started one in the oven already, which is featuring all the ingredients, just a different method in case you don't have a nice pan that is oven proof. You can see it's a pan with a metal handle and it's all non-stick. Love this pan, fantastic. But I have one in the oven. I'll show you afterwards what to do. First things first is it's a request for some people to cut up some onions. The recipe calls for one onion, but I have two rather small red onions. Out of all the ingredients I have, there's a nice little variety of color. I have the the peppers, nice colors, and the red onions. So with onions, all I'm going to do is, again, these are COVID onions. They're my cellar. Just going to sprout a bit. I'll show you what I do. Again, I'm working with my knife here, and I'll slow down if someone really needs to slow down, but for now, I'll just take the skin off. This little yellow bit, I'm not a fan of, so that's going to go back into my compost or my stock for later on. If I have some chicken bones or beef bones or pork bones, whatever it is. Again, the sprouting stuff. COVID onions, produce not as premium at all the times.
Is it working, bud? Okay.
We're good?
Well, it's not,
Yep.
It's not showing up on my end, but that's okay.
Okay, and then here I have the onions. So when you're chopping anything, make sure that you never have your fingers exposed to the knife blade. You don't want to be hacking your fingers off. Make sure you claw your fingers like this. I try to teach my kids this, and they're doing very well at this. Just make sure that you never expose yourself to the blade of the knife. So I'm going to do just a small chop here. The tip of my knife is anchored in the cutting board, and my fingers are clawed behind it. So realistically, Kai, if you back away now, and just get my head, I could pretty much look at you and cut these onions because I know my fingers are not in the way. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Your fingers should never be in the way of the blade. We're good. You have to stare. It's okay. This is gonna be a super simple recipe. I figure we'll be out of here in half an hour max. No issues at all there. Just want to fill away from my side there. Again, so take my bowl here and just put my onions here. All the stuff we're adding to the frittata is just really a filler. Who wants to have just an egg baked with cheese? I'm using peppers, onions, and arugula today. I really enjoy that combination. You can use anything into this frittata recipe. Can I back up, please?
Yep.
A little more, please. You can use anything in this frittata recipe as a filler. The one I'm making today is a vegetarian. Mind you, there's eggs and cheese. But you could use some cooked asparagus. You could use some cooked cauliflower, broccoli, a lot of other fun things that you have left over in your fridge. For meat items, ham is great, sausage, some bacon, all fantastic options. Like the pork products in there. And the peppers, quickly. I'm just going to take these in strips. And I'm using my thumb just as a appendage to kind of help to make sure that things move ahead. If you can kind of get me behind Kai like this, I want to get in here, behind on my shoulder. I'll show you what I'm doing here, okay? So I'm going to go like this. Whenever you're chopping, it's nice to have things semi-uniform. If you're doing stuff, we're doing this in an egg style, so it's kind of like a casserole. they can be a bit bigger. If you were to make some kind of a soup, you have to realize that things should be a little smaller because you want to make sure that they fit on a spoon. If you're having like peppers, onions, broccoli, asparagus, it should be very small. You realize what the end result is and kind of work towards that. Yeah, just the 2 peppers. A couple minutes, get this done. Can I back away, please?
Yep.
A little bit bigger, please. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is turn the pan on now. The oven's already preheated to 350. Don't show my oven, but it's disgusting. But believe me, there's a pan in there that has a dish with all the ingredients, a couple extra ones because I cleaned my fridge out, so I have some sausages and bacon in there.
Show them.
They're fun stuff. You'll see it afterwards. You'll see it after. No, it's dirty. Don't show them. Don't show them. It's dirty. So, my big pound of butter. I'm not sure if it's in the recipe or not, but if you have butter or oil, whatever it is, we're going to saute the items first to soften them. If you just try and bake them off without softening them, you're going to have that unappreciative crunch, almost like an eggshell, like onion and peppers. So what we're going to do is a nice healthy dollop of butter. This is probably a good 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. You hear what? In the pan, and that's going to melt. While that's melting, I'm going to do...
Sorry, Meredith.
I'm going to do my eggs. So I have my compost bin here. I'm going to crack my eggs. I have a dozen eggs. And I'm watching that butter as it melts. Hopefully people are ahead of me because they have everything all ready. I did grate my cheese. I have everything kind of measured out. Ready to go. And just another warning or a note is that season as you go. If you are having this dish and you're sauteing, things back up, big buddy. If you're having this dish, then it's a good idea just to season as you go. Oh, that's a big eggshell. When you're sauteing the vegetables, when you're getting the egg mixture ready, just add some salt and pepper, a little bit as you go. That way you don't have to overpower it too much at the very last minute. 2 minutes left.
Meredith said the veggie situation is quite dire at their house.
Max says hi to Kai.
Hey Max.
Try to keep it still, buddy.
Hi. Try to keep it still.
Guy, Ella was the same way. Ella was like shaking a little bit.
Why are you saying mom?
Okay, so again, my butter's almost melted. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt in this, in the eggs. I'll come back just a second because I want to start those veggies sweating. About half a cup of cream, milk, or water, just to add some more moisture, some more volume. And we'll come back to this. For now, I have the pan ready to go. Oh, it's turning brown already. So, in go my peppers. I'm not trying to brown these at all. I'm just trying to get them to soften. I don't want to have them black or burned. Just want to soften them. I'm going to turn the temperature down a bit because I had it on high. My perfect spatula, best thing for flipping eggs ever. I'm just going to mix it around a little bit. If you want to practice at home, fun thing to do is sometimes just to flip it like that. Yeah, take some practice. I'm going to season that with a little salt and pepper as well. There we go. And while this is softening, it should take about 2 or 3 minutes. Not much longer than that. I'm going to get my arugula. I just like arugula for its nutty flavor. You can use spinach. Kale is great too. They have parsley at home, that works too. If you want to add some kind of nuance, so for some herbs, you could add cilantro, you could add some parsley. It all depends upon what you have in your fridge, number one, and what kind of flavors you enjoy. So put that aside. So while these are simmering in the side, I'm just going to whisk this. And I was telling Kai in our test batch, when you're whisking these eggs, you want to make sure that you're not using your arm. It's just your wrist. It's your wrist action. So you're going to break all these yolks. And then it's just a wrist action. That's all it is. Try and lift. Get some air incorporated in, but mainly just to mix things up. It's very, very simple. It's good to go. I can look over here in my pan. Everything is getting softened nicely. I have 2 cloves of garlic I reserved, and I kept my garlic peeler, my garlic crusher ready to go. No questions? Like, this is very straightforward. No questions.
No, there's questions. There's like comments and stuff.
But they're not questions.
No, there's comments. There's just comments.
Yeah, if there's any questions, feel free to ask them. We'll try to answer them, right, Dad?
For sure. Okay, it's gone. You don't have to have garlic in this recipe. I like garlic in my frittata. Okay, so they are almost there. They're almost softened. Now, we have 3 minutes left till my other frittata is done. This is a great entree. It's a great lunch, great breakfast. If I was in for supper, I would have it with a soup or a salad, maybe some peanut bacon I have on the side. I'll fry up later on as a side. I'll make a quick salad with some arugula, maybe some cherry tomatoes, red onion, Parmesan cheese. But that's something I want to do as a side. This is perfectly great as a meal option. It's a vegetarian dish, but it's very filling. It's perfect. Okay, so I have this pan ready going right now. I'm going to take my arugula right now that I have about 2 cups worth, and just run a knife through it so that when people go to grab a piece of frittata, they don't have a big long string in their mouth.
You should mention the YouTube channel too, actually, after.
Yeah, you can look me up on YouTube, Mika on YouTube, and I am in there. We did, Lynn was awesome enough to get, back up there. Lynn was great enough to get the recipes and the videos all online, so these will all be put online for future viewing if you need to. And that everyone can view, good job, can view in real time. Any questions at all as we proceed? We're almost done this step right now.
No, pretty quiet out there today.
Good.
Oh, nice catch. Oh, I'm seeing the replay
Okay,
here.
so all I'm doing with this arugula is it's going to just kind of it's going to sweat down. It's just going to, it won't be as crunchy, and it's going to sweat down a little bit. It's going to lose a lot of volume. The 2 cups I added end up being just a couple teaspoons, almost, at the end of the day. You see in here, Kai?
Trying to keep up. Oh, so maybe Lisa's having a hard time.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop for a second here because this is done. In my opinion, this is finished and done. But, so this is the integral point we're at right now. What I have in the oven, I'll show you, is I have a frittata that I made 20 minutes to bake.
30 oven.
Oh, we have a question, Dad.
Yeah.
Does it have to have cheese?
You don't have to. I just like cheese. That's all. But you don't have to. You can put it on. See, it's 20 minutes in the oven in this style of pan. It's still not quite there. I put some of the cheese in on top, and I put in a little bit more and put it back in the oven. So this has been 20 minutes in the oven right now. I like to put it on broil for a little bit, but please be careful. If you use your broil feature on your oven, it will scorch and burn whatever is on the top, and you will not like it at all.
So you just have to really watch it.
Really watch it, yeah. I'm just gonna put this back in the oven for a little bit because I want this to melt a bit more and brown. So this is recipe number 1 I have. Okay, put that in. I hit cancel and put my, put on broil, and I'll put kitchen timer for 3 minutes. 3 minutes should be adequate. Now, I'm turning this heat off on my pan because this is done. Now, as you can see, this one here is pretty ready to go. I have some nice color in there. I have green, yellow, orange. If there's red, it's great. Their one has some red pepper. This one has green. The green from the arugula, yellow and orange peppers, as well as the red onion, which doesn't really keep its color very well. You eat with your eyes. That's the number 1 thing. Into this pan, because I have the non-stick and metal handle, I'm going to incorporate the egg mixture into here. This may actually cut down your cooking time quite a bit.
So you're going to actually cook it in the pan?
In the pan. 1 pan wonder. I'm just going to mess around a bit with the eggs. Make sure that the filling is equally distributed. I'll grab some of the cheese. I'll put some of the cheese inside. That's going to melt and become part of the egg or the custard mixture. This whole pan, because the handle's metal, is going to go right in the dirty oven, as Kai was saying.
Yeah.
And that'll go 10 minutes.
Lise has a question.
All right.
Can she cook it in her cast iron pan?
Cast iron is tricky. If it's a non-stick, you may have an issue with it. If it's not seasoned properly, if you've washed it with detergents and haven't seasoned it in the oven with oil, it may stick and it's the same thing as making muffin cups. Like this kind of custard mixture with fillings can be done into little individual egg cups.
It's best that maybe she doesn't.
You may not want to use a cast iron pan. This is the style of pan, sorry, I missed a step. This is their pan I used. All I did with this one, we made this a couple days ago, is taking some spray. I apologize, I skipped a step. When you take this pan, all you do is you just spray. There you go. And you put your ingredients inside, your custard, your cheese, in the oven. It's exactly the pan I have in the oven right now. I just want to show you 2 different ways in case people don't have a nice pan that's a non-stick. The worst thing is having remnants of your hardware stuck in the pan. If you're using muffin tins, you can make individual size as well, but I recommend against it because they stick so bad. It's so bad that you'll be scraping and you'll having people scraping the edge of your muffin tins and it'll ruin the non-stick feature. The other thing that I've seen worked well, the Lamb's tried, has the parchment ones. I'll show you that.
I think we're out.
We're out, yeah.
Yeah, there's none.
Little muffin cups that are brown parchment, and they're totally non-stick. They're amazing. They work so well, but the white ones they stick and you lose quite a bit of the egg mixture. So my 3 minutes is up. My broil's on. You can see what's happening here.
Whoa.
Okay, this is coming out. I'll turn my kitchen timer off, and then I'll turn my oven back on to bake, 350. Let's go back to 18 minutes. Okay, start. Timers are great. You can lose track of time so easy in the kitchen. It is crazy.
Ella, are there a couple of comments there?
People are saying hi. Meta again said hi to everyone. Meredith said that. One second, what was the comment? Oh, she said that she just covers her handle with foil and puts it in the oven.
If it's a plastic, I'd be leery of it. That's all, because they can deform over time, and That's all. If it's a metal handle, sometimes rivet it on. But if you have a plastic handle, I'd really be leery of that. I'd really be leery. So this here is done. It's ready to go. I'll show you with my spatula. I might eat it right away, but you more or less can, again, break away from the sides. And let it set. And pretty much it's a full meal ready to go. This is a great dish that can utilize a lot of leftovers from your fridge. It's great for supper, and then if you have it for lunches the next day or breakfast, have it with some sausage or bacon for breakfast the next day. Cut in triangles. It's fantastic. Anyways, that's it for now. Guys, I guess say bye from Costco household. And
Send us your pictures.
yeah, send us pictures if you have them of your finished dishes. I want to see what they look like, see your pans, and see how they. And anyways, miss you guys, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, bye bye.